city and county level. We're thankful that we're experiencing a level of sharing and cooperation that helps to get things done. We also thank you for all of our employees who serve day in and day out to provide all of us a clean, safe, and beautiful place to live. Help us all be part of contributing to the forward movement of our community. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Diane. Appreciate that. Welcome, everyone. Let the minutes reflect Councilman Finch is absent. There are 6 present. And just as a reminder, 4 votes necessary to take any action. With that, let's go to the approval of the minutes from the May 15th meeting. Those were presented. Ask if there are any corrections or if there's a motion to approve those as presented.
Mayor, I would move to approve the minutes as presented.
Thanks, Cindy. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thanks, Jack. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. And welcome to all our visitors here tonight on a beautiful night. Thank you for coming. Diving into reports, oral and written communications. Lynn and I wanted to just present the budget dates and draw attention to a few time differences from what we normally do. So if you open that up, you'll see that on August 7th, we're starting at 6 o'clock, an hour early as we normally do. But the following meeting will be starting at 5:30. The AIM conference is that week, and anyone going to the conference is going to have to get out of here. It's a long drive down south. So I thought we're going to start at 5:30, and we'll try and get as much information out and reminders as we approach that. But other than that, everything is listed here, so please take note of that. You might put these dates and times in your calendars. Questions? Lynn, did I miss anything?
Nope.
Okay.
Other than if you just want to keep the August 7th one, if you want to just move it back to 5:30 so you guys don't have to try to remember if you're good with leaving them at different times.
We'll stay 6:30 or 6 o'clock. That's what it's listed at for the time being. All right, so thank you. Item 2, just wanted to let the public know that the applications for non-for-profit fundings are online. They've been online for about a week now, and I made sure that there was a button right on the home page. So if you go to the home page, scroll down, it's right in the middle, bam, you hit it, and it'll take you to that application. So I wanted to make sure that that was available. Lynn, what was that deadline? Did we say July 15th? Was that it?
I think it was the 15th of July.
Yeah, because I don't think there was a...
I
I
looked at the
15th is on
application
Saturday.
today, but I skipped right over
I
that,
think we
so.
made it the 14th because
14th.
14th,
yeah, 'cause
okay.
that's
is a Saturday.
Yeah,
All right.
I went to make sure the button was there, but I didn't. check
Perfect.
the-
Yeah, and thank Whitney for putting all that
Yeah,
together.
that was good.
So there's also a form on there for follow-up, and it'll be a separate form that will be due next year to evaluate how this all went. All right, so no unfinished business. Let's dive into new business. The first is a conflict of interest. As you see, Morgan Woodcock's in accounts payable. Her husband does some welding, so she wanted to just make that known to everyone. It's kind of a blanket conflict of interest statement. Are there any questions on that? If not, is there a motion to approve it?
So moved.
Thanks,
Second.
Diane and Jerry. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. Item 2 is a resolution, 2023-0601. This is a transfer of monies from the PERM fund. It looks like 44 machinery equipment 444 being transferred to, within the perm account to 360, contracted repair and maintenance. Looks like Hal wants to replace and repair some gutters on the shop, chapel, and the garage in the cemetery. I thought he might be here, but I think it's a pretty straightforward request. Questions?
I'd move to approve.
Thanks, Jerry. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Jack. Any further discussion?
I would just like to, I wish Hal was here because I took a bike cruise out through the cemetery Memorial Weekend. And it was really beautiful. It's beautiful. He did such a great job out there. So thanks to our sexton. It was really nice.
They did. I was out for the Memorial Day service at 10 o'clock, and it looked impeccable. And
Yeah.
the music, and it's always done so well.
Yeah.
So thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Hal.
All right,
need-
item 3.
Still need a vote.
Pardon
I
me?
think you still need a vote.
Oh, okay, very good. You threw me off, buddy.
There was a motion and a second, and you asked
And
me
you have,
questions.
all right. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Sorry.
No worries, thanks. All right. When we do projects with NDOT, some of the work, a lot of the work is reimbursable, but which means we have to come up with the money. So we spend money oftentimes out of edit or the TIF districts to pay the bills. Could be engineering, could be construction, could be right-of-way, whatever it is. And then we're reimbursed 80% of that back. So, but when that money comes back, it just goes into the general fund,
Grant fund.
the grant fund, and then it has to be put back into the funds that it came from. So with that, Jeremy,
Yeah, so this has been a couple of years, I think 2021, or sometime in 2021, I think is the last time I had done this.
2020.
So every couple of years I do this, as that money kind of piles up, but most of the funds came out of edit, or all these funds came out of edit. They were paid out of two different funds. One month edit, another one was redevelopment for the TIF. And I broke down the amount, so almost 400,000 came out of edit funds, and then 152 came out of Northern TIF. So this resolution is just putting those funds back into those revenue accounts, so they can be appropriated.
so oftentimes when I fill out the budget, if we've got that money earmarked as part of a reimbursable grant, I'll put 80-20 match. And the idea is if it's 100,000, we're going to get 80 back. Sometimes as projects shift, as the amounts shift, that doesn't get listed on the budget sheet itself. Nonetheless, the money still comes back. And Jeremy, when's the last time we did this? I mean, it builds up, obviously. So it's been a few years. So, and let's do this, and then we'll talk about how we're going to use that money. So, questions? Just pretty much housekeeping to get that money back into the funds that it was originated from. All right.
Need council approval to,
Yes, please.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Thanks.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thank you. The next item will be another list of CF1s, abatement forms that I think we'll do the same as we did last time. Jeremy, I'll have you just go down through these. If you have any questions on any of them, I would ask when Jeremy's on that one. And if not, at the end, we can go back if there's any specific questions, but we'll handle them all. We'll do them individually, but then we'll vote on them collectively unless there's a concern.
The first one is 1445 Polk Drive. This will be the first shell building built. Patrick Industries occupied that building. They expected to spend around $3.2 million, which they did in equipment. The building's owned by a different entity, but so this is just personal property. So $3.2 million in equipment, hired about 165 employees at that location. And they are in their 5th year of abatement. Texamo Precision Casting, 2016, this one, I think was originally granted by the county when we annexed that property in 2019, took ownership of the abatement more or less. They estimated around 4.7, they spent around 2.8 in real and 2427 Bowen Drive is Lake City Heat Treating Report. This was actually one of the first tax statements we granted after annexing that property in 2019. They estimated around 4.8 million, they turned around 4.4, added 8 employees in 2019 there in the third year. There were a few from Wildman. They have 2014 and a 2022 tax statement, 2014. They expected to spend 2.1 in personal equipment, which they have done, and they are in their 9th year of abatement on that one. 2022, they completed an addition to the facility, hired an additional 34 employees. Since filing that SB1, this will be their first year of abatement for that one. And then you have the Zimmer and the Biomet. Zimmer, this is way back in 2004, they had a lot of personal property they were buying over a number of years. So as that personal property was acquired, it's rolling off that 10-year tax abatement. So some of that property has already been rolled off, some of it's still rolling off, so some of it's still in their 10th year. Biomet Inc. subsidy in 2014, they added 28 million in new personal property is what they estimated. I think they spent over 22 million. That's in their 6th year. And then 1800 West Zimmer, this is Zimmer Inc., 1800 West Center Street. They created this tax payment, I believe, last year, so they're in the first year of this. They estimated 28 million in personal property. To date, they required 2.5 million in equipment, and they have retained 2,255 employees, and that is the first year of that year.
Questions? Jeremy, I have a question, and I'll probably answer it as I look at this form. On item 3, talked about Lake City Heat Treating, but then you referred to Alpha Manufacturing in your comments.
That's just a typo.
Okay, so it's Lake City Heat Treating. Okay. Very good, thank you.
So just coincidental that both the Biomet and the Zimmer were both 28 million. I guess I got a little confused when I was looking at those.
Yeah, they have not spent 28 million to date on it, they spent 2.5 million. I imagine some of that equipment takes years to manufacture. I know some of the equipment will be but it takes 6 months to a year to get. I imagine they'll be acquiring more equipment over the next few years.
Others? If there are no questions, is there a
I'll make a
motion?
motion, we approve all the tax abatement forms as submitted.
Thank you, Diane. Is there a second? Thanks, Jerry. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thank you. Item number 5, this would be a first reading for an ordinance approving an additional appropriation for edit ordinance 2023-0601. The short version is that this Lincoln School project has been bid 3 times. The first time, post-COVID, the bid came back so high, the bid was thrown out. The second time, there was a error from one of the bidders that did not meet the the disadvantaged business entity. So it was thrown out, and they were the only ones that were bidding, so we had to go back a third time. As a result, the cost of the project, our costs have doubled as far as the construction. Originally, it set aside $300,000 for our 20% match of the construction, and going through the post-COVID years. I mean, Jeremy, when did this project start? I mean, when did we get approved? I was thinking 19, 17, yeah, pre-COVID, and it's taken this long to get this done.
Is this a safe crossings? No, okay.
There's different pots of money, we did not apply for safe crossing funds. And some of those funds they did away with, there used to be, I
Safe routes to school.
Yeah, they're all these different programs, a lot of them they lumped in all together, you know. Obviously, we were awarded the money through NDOT. I want to say it was 17 or 18. It usually takes about 4 or 5 years to work through the engineering process and land acquisition. Justin's done a great job of keeping this project on task. Unfortunately, there's a lot of money out there, a lot of work, and not a lot of contractors. Every project that we bid, we want people to get one bidder on, so we're not getting competitive bids. Too much work, none of them contractors. Like the price, which is what we're getting. There's no way to get around it. The disadvantage business or DBE goal, the contractor who bid on this project, thought it was too high, so it was a really high goal. And the problem with this project is it's so small in terms of work that's being done. Usually on larger projects, when you have a variety of work, let's say on Anchorage Road, we're gonna have storm pipe, we're gonna have asphalt, we're gonna have concrete work, we're gonna have these different variety of work that you can get that percentage out of the DBE. A lot of these truckers are hauling material, that's the easy way for them to get it. When you're dealing with a contract that simply has concrete flat work in it, and their bread and butter is concrete flat work, they actually have to find somebody to fill that 12%, so they're basically contracting work out that they would have to do, that they normally do to somebody else just to meet that goal. They fought with the state over it, they didn't win, which is why we went to a third bid.
Okay.
And that's, it inflated the price again, because now they have to pay somebody else to do work they otherwise would do. Unfortunately, that's the federal guidance.
Okay.
I worked with the Fort Wayne District. They understood our consternation, but it was a decision that was made at the state, and it pretty much follows the federal guidelines. So we didn't really have much we could do. So with,
Their price went up too, and they're paying 80%, we're only paying 20%.
Yeah.
So they're paying 80% of that price.
so with that, we're looking for an additional appropriation out of the edit fund of $500,000. Now, be mindful that just a couple minutes ago, you put $400,000 back in. 128,000 of the 500 that we're asking for will be 80/20 money, so we'll be getting 128,000 back, but we're going to need the full 500 to get this project going. So, Jeremy,
So the breakdown is, 340,000 will go into the construction line item on budget classification 441, then 160,000 will go to professional services. That 160,000 will be the 80/20 part, which will be 80% of that.
So at the end of the day, we had to use the money that we had been reimbursed for and collected over the last 3 or 4 years to pay for the extra on this project, plus the $300,000 that I already had earmarked in edit for this project. It's a very worthwhile project. It's going to be a fabulous project, and we were so excited when we got it. And never did we imagine it was going to take this long to get it done, and all the hoops and wiggles we had to go through to get to this point. So, but we've got one more hoop tonight, and that's you all understanding where we're at. And again, we'll actually have to have the public hearing at the next meeting, so we're just asking for your approval on first reading tonight for that $500,000 additional appropriation.
And then will you rebid it once?
No, it's already been
Go ahead
bid.
and award the bid
That was
with,
accepted bid, basically what happened was. the
Okay,
contractor, he
so-
keeps that.
so he's holding for us.
Well, it's already, NDOT does all the, so we do all the professional service stuff, they do all the construction stuff. So
Okay.
They will sign the contract, none of that goes through us. We send them our 20%, so we'll send them our $600,000 match. That goes into the fund, they pay everything out. We don't do anything.
Okay.
All
So
we
it's
do
not being
is
held up
Send a check to
Right,
NDOT.
okay.
No, it's already been held up.
Oh, yeah, I know. I didn't know if we were adding to it, yeah.
Now, obviously, if we don't approve the money, then
that they can't do it, yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So does that all make sense? Yeah.
When it's done, it's going to be really nice. Ordinance 2023-0601, I move to approve
On first reading.
on first reading. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
And
Is
I'll
there-
second that.
All right, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Ordinance 2023-0601 passes on first reading. And the second reading will be held in the second, I believe, the 19th next meeting, and it'll be a public hearing. All right. Any other items carried forward? Okay.
Just a comment, kind of piggybacking off of Mike and what he said about the cemetery. There was a really nice letter to the editor in the Times-Union tonight about our park department and the manner in which they have taken care of everything. And I thought that was very nice that someone from the public recognized them.
All right. Any comments or questions from our visitors? Michael?
Today's Jack Mille's birthday.
Yeah. Jack, I'll let you address that.
In what way? Yeah, it's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Thank you.
birthday, Jack.
Yes, 68 years young.
68, all right.
Thanks for spending it with us.
Does it feel like 68 years?
Yeah,
You're ahead of me.
some
Yeah,
mornings.
by a month or two?
Yeah, too. Jurgen?
Just wondering, can you tell us a little bit about the region project, like what's the scope of it and what's going to be done?
It's basically a sidewalk project on, how many square block area, Jeremy? Like, it's an 8x4 or something like that?
It
It's a
is.
lot.
It is, a lot.
Colfax,
Actually, yeah, I think it's Colfax.
Colfax,
Colfax.
yeah.
It's west of Colfax, heading toward town.
Yeah, cool, yeah.
Yeah, and that project took a while. There was some right-of-way acquisition, as you can imagine. There's probably a few poorly placed trees that we'll have to figure out. But that's why we pay engineers. But it's going to be a fabulous project for the kids that walk to school. It's just a great area, and
Will that include new streetlights or anything?
I don't believe so.
Okay, just sidewalks?
Yep.
Okay, and,
A little bit of storm drain work at those intersections, but most of it's like
okay.
I would also mention, we've got the non-for-profit funding application out there. The council is also working on ARPA funding, one-time funding opportunities, so there's still deciding on the protocol there, but there'll be more to come on that, probably sooner than later, so.
Jeremy, since brought up the Anchorage Road project, I've just been getting a lot of questions about the timeline. Can you review that for us again? Inquiring minds want to know.
I believe it's on, what would be a 20 to 25 delay, which starts in July of 2024. As they, they're different budget year, federal budget year, 3 years. The 2025 budget year starts in July of 2025.
So basically next summer, next July.
The earliest it would be bid as of right now.
Okay.
We are pretty much done. We're going to get everything done. And it would be up to NDOT whether or not they put it on earlier than between different shift money. If they have extra money, they can shift it to fiscal year 24. It could be less early.
Okay.
We don't control that.
All right. Because I knew we had acquired the property and,
All the acquisition's done, they're submitting the dates, resubmittal. The only thing we have left to do is sign the CPA agreement. But I do need to go through that process. Once that process is done, and we have approved the contract, it can be let.
every time the flags go up as we acquired the property, then people are like, oh, it's going to start. And I'm like, no, not yet.
Yeah, there's a lot of utilities.
Yeah, there are a lot of
Well,
utilities.
but there's some-
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Evidently, our streaming service is not working tonight and didn't work this afternoon for redevelopment. I was just made aware of that, so I apologize for that. We'll have to look into that. All right.
So
Anybody
your
else?
big birthday is a secret.
Nobody
Nobody
knows
knows.
now
Just
yet.
among us.
I'm gonna stick it in the new car,
All right, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
I'll turn the streaming.
Yeah.
We could sing